Okay, welcome back, and we are counting down exactly 10 seconds to the imminent CPI data. So I'm going to switch over the channel right now. Really excited, and let's go through this together.
Well, I think it's going to be cool, and the reason I think that is the markets are already moving, folks. If you look at 2-year note yields, they already have started to drop. If you look at 10-year note yields, they've started to drop rather precipitously from 358 now 354. If you look at Dow futures, they're hovering, but they keep trying to spike up a bit. And here we are at 8:30 Eastern, and the numbers are out.
Wow.
Only 1/10 on headline, up 1/10 on headline. Remember, the high water mark here was in June of 22, a 7-year high at 1.3. If we look at Food and Energy Core, also cooler than expected, up 2/10. High water mark here was in April of 21 at up 0.9. If we look at year over year, up 7.1, 2/10 cooler than 7.3, 6/10 cooler than the rear view mirror at 7.7, and it's a full 2% under 9.1.
Wow.
That was in June.
7.1%.
81 comp. And finally, in my opinion, the area you're supposed to pay the most attention to, CPI Food and Energy Core, year over year, up 6%, expected to be up 6.1, rear view mirror 6.3, and prior to that was the 40-year high at 6.6 in September. So this is the most recent sticky aspect of CPI. It's now at 6%. So it's only 6/10 lower than 2 months ago, which was the high watermark for 4 decades. But indeed, they're coming down. And remember, I gave you all the high watermarks here. If you think back to last week's producer price index, everything peaked in March, and the entire series started to move almost in unison. This isn't quite the same, but the moves in the pre-market, Joe, were spot on. Spot on. We've dropped now below 420 in a 2-year. We're hovering at 343 in a 10. And Dow futures, zooming with their last prices right under 35,090, 35,000 now. Here it goes.
Oh, yes.
Looks like it's going to challenge 35,100, and it's flying. Main reason, listen, folks. Inflation's too high. The Fed's nervous. They're going to keep erring on the side of scaring you as to how aggressive they're going to be. However, if you just take the numbers on face value, you look at the trends, and you consider the reasons why inflation was up, there's many reasons to hope it's going to keep moderating. The trick is it's going to moderate to levels that are still going to be much higher than pre-COVID. At least that's my opinion. Back to you, Joe.
Guess that, Mike.
Wow, we are looking at 7.1%, way off my prediction on Monday. I was predicting at 7.5%. This is a total to the moon. You can see the entire futures market is all turning green. And in fact, you're going to have many positions just boom. In the split of that 2 minutes, many of your positions have turned green because this is the power of the inflation data that we covered tonight. So let's have a quick recap what has gone through just now. You see, previously I gone through and covered with all of you guys that, at the peak of 9.1%, we dropped to 8.5% in July, followed by 8.2%, 8.3% in August, 8.2% in September, and then in October, 7.7%. Today's morning's announcement is 7.1%. All right, so at 7.1%, what does that mean? So if we go back to the table that I gone through with you previously, we were saying that we start off from the peak inflation at 9.1% in June, and then we kind of backtrack 5 months right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're expecting it to hit 7.5%, right? And we move forward right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We hit at 7.1%. This is a blowout, great number. And we are really excited to be right here covering live with you. And tonight is going to kind of set the pace for tomorrow's FOMC interest rate hike announcement. And that's the reason why I've been talking about Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be so critical. But at the same time today, we got another major big event. Oh my gosh, it's kind of rattled the market, and I think there's a major shift and rotation of money back into the equities market. And here's why. Here we go. SEC charges Samuel Bankman-Fried with defrauding investors in crypto asset trading platform FTX. This is a formal charge, but what is even more scary in this latest charge sheet that was just published about 2 hours ago, if you go down, I want to show you the most important paragraph, all right? This is the most important paragraph, and I want to make sure all of you are reading it open eye. And you're going to understand how this is going to kind of help the entire equities market. So we're going to check out into this red box, and I want to complete reading this paragraph for you. Here we go. We allege that Sam Bankman-Fried built a house of cards on a foundation of deception while telling investors that it was one of the safest buildings in crypto, said SEC Chair Gary Gensler. The alleged fraud committed by Mr. Bankman-Fried is a clarion call to crypto platforms that they need to come into compliance with our laws. Compliance protects both those who invest on and those who invest in crypto platforms with time-tested safeguards, such as properly protecting customer funds and separating conflicting lines of business. It also shines a light into trading platform conduct for both investors through disclosure and regulators through examination authority. To those platforms that don't comply with our security laws, here we go. SEC Enforcement Division is ready to take action. There you go. Ready to take action is the mother of all words tonight, because it's going to freak out every single coin out there that's defined as a security coin. Now, this is going to have a major impact. The only coin that I know that's not defined as a security, and that's Bitcoin. Now, even Ethereum is hanging in the air, and all other altcoins, ALT coins, they are specifically targeted by SEC and being defined exactly as a security. That's why I believe today's announcement, SEC has been waiting, baited its time, and in one fell swoop arrested Sam Bankman-Fried in Bahama, and through the cooperation of the Bahama police, and they're going to extradite him back to United States soil, and they're not going to put him through the Senate hearing, but more importantly, they're going to put him through the formal charge, putting him in court. Period. That's it. This guy is going to go into life imprisonment because his Ponzi setup is much worse than Bernie, and Bernie only spent about 150 years. He's going to get 10x. I think he minimally needs to serve about 1,000 years, and that's my takeaway from this. So today I bring to you two important announcements. Number one, our consumer price index, otherwise known as inflation data, has finally tanked to 7.1% and kind of fulfill what we have been saying all this time. Inflation has already peaked, but the data is lagging behind the scene, and that's why today is kind of a holy moly, a big salvation and closure to what we have been talking about all this time, and the market responded straight off, boom, off the bats. Number two, Sam Bankman-Fried's arrest and a whole house of cards of FTX falling down is a major call to action to all of you. Move your coin out from centralized exchange, and because the next guy that potentially will fall might possibly be Binance. And there's already a bank run today of up to $1 billion within 24 hours of withdrawals out of Binance as a centralized exchange. So you hear me, go and take whatever necessary action, because SEC has shown its cards. So today I want to make sure that you are really prepared for the entire journey. And that's the reason why, before I end off, I hope you guys can join me in this very special Christmas Christmas special cozy live trading. You can see it right below there. Go and register spiking.com/Xmas, because I'm going to kind of take together Tuesday and Wednesday, today's inflation. Wednesday is going to be the Fed Fund interest rate hike. And Thursday and Friday, I'm going to present to you how we're going to design a roadmap all the way to 2023, 2024. I'm really excited to share this with you tonight, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. So go and tell me about your comments at the YouTube comments chat. Let me know how you feel about this video, and please like, comment, share this video with many other friends of yours, and let us spike to the moon together. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Goodbye.